So I've recently discovered that I'm kind of a helpless romantic. I love love, and Valentine's Day has inspired me to evaluate the things that we are doing wrong on our first date. Huh? Um, Everyone knows that you're going on a date. Your Snapchat knows, your Instagram, maybe not Instagram, but your Snap knows, your Twitter knows, and your best friends definitely know. So there's no reason for you to be on your phone when you're on a date. One, it translates as, I'm not really interested. Um, it's a defense mechanism, for me at least, when I don't know what to say or when I don't want to be like staring or whatever. But you owe this person the respect of your undivided attention because they might not get your attention after this, or you might actually find that you're super, super interested. So, like, put the phone away. Like, put your phone away. It's literally an hour of your time of not being on your phone. Just put your phone down. You will be surprised what you'll learn. When was your last relationship is not a good icebreaker. Don't ask me about my last relationship. I'm not going to ask you about yours. Let's not talk about our exes. They're not here for a reason. Whatever lessons I learned them. Whatever lessons you learned them. We will learn those lessons together and we will review those lessons when we're in a relationship. But it's not relevant on a first date. Never understood why that's a thing. Exes are such an intense conversation. Maybe not for guys. Every time someone asks me about my last relationship, I start rambling. I get really, really, really passionate about what I've been through, and 9 times out of 10, it's gonna ruin the day. Okay, stop ordering things that you know you're not gonna finish. It's a waste of money. Don't order the most expensive thing on the menu because that's corny. We're too old for that. We're way too old to be playing the what your pockets look like game. One drink is enough. Do not get so drunk because you're trying to get out of your nervousness that like you ruin the date, because then you become obnoxious. Like, there's different parts of us when we're drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a little extra. I like to sing when I'm drunk. Not gonna listen to anything that you say. I'm going to be singing a lot of Beyonce songs in my head, and I am really happy and I'm giddy. And tomorrow I'm not gonna remember. I can't remember if I like you because I'm drunk. One drink of whatever your choice is usually good enough to unwind you. It puts you in a comfortable space. You're not tipsy, but you're definitely out of your nerves and out of your head, and you're just kind of like relaxed, right? Your first date is definitely about the physical. So I think that part of why we overthink what we wear on dates is because we don't want to seem too sexy. We don't want them to focus on what we look like. But men date with their eyes first. Now, I'm not saying go pull out your freakum dress, but I'm saying put on a skirt, put on a dress. I mean, if jeans are literally your thing, like if jeans are your thing, then that's fine. But don't be afraid to show off your beauty. Like, let me rephrase that. I'm not going to say that you need to wear a dress. I'm not going to say that you need to wear a skirt. I'm saying that if you are looking through your closet and you see that thing that makes you feel sexy, put it on. Whatever makes you feel sexy, like whatever makes you feel attractive, that's what you should go with. Don't wear the thing that makes you feel comfortable and like I'm not doing too much. Do the most. It's a date. Do the most. Act like this is a Trey song or Chris Brown concert and do the most. Because if you don't get anything out of tonight, you get a really good picture for the gram. Don't stalk his social media. The things that you want to know from jump, you can just ask on a date. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't go through his Twitter. I like to go through tweets to gauge what kind of a person that you are. which is not realistic. Like, I'm gonna tell you something. The people that we put on for social media is not who we are in real life. So you're not gonna get what you're looking for. You can find out if he's in a relationship. You can find out if you guys have mutual friends, but don't go through his whole history before your first date. And if you couldn't help yourself and you stalked, have some self-control and don't mention it on the date. So we have assuming this is Mr. Right immediately. Girl, just because he is fine and he meets all of the physical requirements on your list doesn't mean that he's Mr. Right. We have to get to know people. How many kids do you want? Do you want children? I don't want to talk about reproduction and marriage and the size of the house that I want with a stranger because, again, I get really, really passionate and it might scare you away. So let's not talk about these things. Let's talk about your favorite color and what foods you like and what shows you watch. And let's just get to know each other. The only serious things that we should talk about on a first date is if you have a child, that is something to mention. If your parent is sick, not that that's everyone's business, but I definitely think that if you're in a situation where, like, hey, my attention is divided, definitely something to throw out there. If you work 40 hours a week, that is something to mention on a first date. Because again, it says my attention is divided, and that is something that the person that you're on a date with should know if they plan on taking you seriously. Know how to hold a conversation. A conversation works between two people. Don't talk about yourself the entire time. One of the things that we do is that we fill the entire experience with just talking about ourselves, and sometimes it's good to listen. I think that if there's not a good flow of conversation, then that already tells you something. But also, don't be so afraid that you're gonna talk so much that you don't say anything, because I'm definitely one of those, I'm a good listener, I'm gonna be really quiet on this date types. It's okay to talk about yourself. Just again, communication. A conversation happens with two people, so don't talk too much, but don't feel like, oh, I don't want to talk too much, so I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm talking to a wall. It's awkward because I don't know if I like you. We don't know each other's chemistry and vibe. There's probably 1 in a million chance that I'm going to meet someone that I'm just I want to kiss him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know you like that. This is the first date, and I think that society has conditioned us to feel comfortable with skipping levels of intimacy. I'm all for intimacy. I love sex. I love sending nudes. I love this. I love that. But sometimes it's just best to take things at a steady pace, a comfortable pace. I'm not gonna say take things slow, because fast or slow for me is different from somebody else. I'm gonna say take it at a comfortable pace. I don't know you. Don't kiss me. I'm awkward about hugs. If you can hug me successfully, and I'm so serious. Have you ever tried to hug someone that you don't know? It's awkward. There's different levels to an embrace. Someone that you really, really know, and how you run up to them and love them and hug them and hold them and they squeeze you tight. I would rather you try to hug me and I be awkward about a hug and give you that church hug, because I give everybody church hugs, and give you that church hug. One of the mistakes that I make all the time is that I insist on paying for the date. It's a power play, because for me it's just so you know, I don't owe you nothing. And even I be all that. I love to pay for dates. I love taking guys out. That's just me. All girls are not like that. All guys don't like for women to pay for dates. There's someone out there for everyone. Everyone doesn't operate the same way. If you are a woman who likes to pay for dates, do not force him to allow you to pay for the first date, okay? You can offer, but if he insists on paying for the first date, let him. What we are all taught is that Men are providers, women are nurturers. In 2017, women are providers and nurturers, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you are on a first date and this is someone that you like and that you would like to pursue something with, let him pay. Don't be an asshole about it. Don't insist on paying half. If anything, say, hey, well, next time the date is on me. I'll pick the place, I'll buy you dinner, whatever, whatever. Or like, you can pay for parking. If I hated the date, I'm gonna pay for it. It's okay to hate the date. Just because you hate it doesn't mean that you are to be uninterested and to be rude. I am definitely a fan of manners. Ooh, reserve our real personalities for fear of judgment. That's self-explanatory. Be yourself. Don't hold in your laughter. If you have an obnoxious laugh, laugh. Somebody's gonna like your laugh. And if this one doesn't, the next one will. Like, just don't reserve your personality. Be who you are. The idea of dating is really just about getting to the next step. Remember, we are trying to have a Valentine's Day next year. That's what we want. To get there, you need to be yourself. It only gets realer. So the more you can be yourself, the better. Because like when it gets down to like the real you and the emotional stuff on like the later dates, not this one. By the time you get there, like you want him to have accepted you for who you are. So you build to that. So don't start off by being fake. Okay, so I think that I'm done rambling. I don't know what else I want to say on this topic. And thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your advice. If there's anything that I missed that you think is necessary for people to know about first dates and how not to ruin them, I'm here for it.